ॐ भद्रं कर्णैभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागं सस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. Let us pray together. We offer our salutations to the all-loving being who endows all beings with consciousness. We meditate on the Lord, who is the origin of the universe. Lord, thou abidest in all, thou art all, thou assumest all forms, thou art the origin and goal of all. Thou art the self of all. Thou art existence, knowledge, and bliss. Salutations unto thee. May the world be peaceful. May the wicked become gentle. May all creatures think of mutual welfare. May their minds be occupied with what is spiritual and abiding. May our hearts be immersed in selfless love for the Lord. Peace, peace, peace be unto all. Om Atma me shuddhyantam Jyotiraham Viraja Vipapma Bhuyasagam Swaha. May my physical body be free from all impurities, so that I know I am the all-pervading, luminous existence itself, free from any impurity. Om Antaratma me shuddhyantam Jyotiraham Viraja Vipapma Bhuyasagam Swaha. May my mental body be purified, so that I realize I am the luminous self, all-pervading, ever perfect, ever pure. Paramatma me shuddhyantam Jyotiraham Viraja Vipapma Bhuyasagam Swaha. May all my ignorance be dispelled, so I realize that I am the pure, luminous, all-pervading self. Om, peace, peace, peace. Let us feel that we are, each of us, is an ice cube in a huge heap of ice cubes. And we are looking at each other, wondering who these other fellows are. I am identifying myself with the shape and the size of that ice cube, seeing others to be different than what I am. All of us are looking at each other like that. Who am I? And who are all they? As the ice melts, I see that it was one reality, one self or Atman alone that is in all. As ice cubes, actually we were never looking at other but ourselves. The same I is in all. The essence in everything is the same. Only the shape differs. Om. Peace. 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 One of the most, or let me say the most important idea in Vedanta is the oneness of the Atman, oneness of I. The shapes of the bodies may be different. The outer appearances may be different. But imagine, think of it, if like ice cubes, we are looking at each other, at whom are we looking? Are they different? Think of, say, two water bottles. If they have eyes, then what they are looking at? Where is the other? One bottle thinks I am water. The other also is same thing. There is no distinction at all. This is the effect and the conclusion of the knowledge. Other things are product of ignorance that I am this, the others are different. No, this is just thinking of the shape and size of the ice cube, not the content. This is ignorance. And that is why it becomes the source of all sufferings in life. This is something very practical and very experiential too. What I mean is that just the philosophical debates about non-duality or uh, this lot of hair-splitting arguments about this non-duality and that non-duality, they may be of interest to academicians whose idea is not to realize the truth, but to seek PhDs and accolades in academic sphere. And they make these different divisions by picking up certain sentences from this text and that text. Cherry picking, This is Sri Ramakrishna's non-dual understanding. This is Shankaracharya's non-dual understanding. And this is the Tantra scriptures non-dual understanding. And this is the devotional, like Chaitanya or Ramanujacharya's non-dual understanding. But the differences are only at the academic level. When one goes to the core, the experience, then we see there is a transcendental oneness or non-duality. It cannot be called one, because one is again a numerical limitation. It is beyond that, and therefore, really, there is no word to specify that. And that experience is the goal of all beings. And why that is the goal? Because it is in that experience alone one becomes completely freed from all the problems, uh, gets the total fulfillment of life, gets the real love of life and peace of life. Otherwise, the argumentations do not have any end. Therefore, Sri Ramakrishna always emphasized on what is called sadhana, spiritual practice. Do intense spiritual practice to reach this experience. Our experience has to undergo that transition from experiencing I am this and the others are that, so many based on the shapes and sizes. When you experience the inner truth, you see that it is the same, one, beyond all words actually. And that state, as Mundak Upanishad says, Vita Shoko Bhavati, that one goes beyond all sufferings by realizing this great truth, that when one sees that oneness of existence. So this is not only in what is called Vedanta, but also you will see this is the truth in the mystic traditions of all religions. Unfortunately, religions in the organized form, they pander to the general public taste and dare not tell the truths to the followers. They therefore busy themselves, busy, keep the other followers busy in going through all and different rituals, different customs, and different kinds of, the bondages that are actually impeding the progress of true religious life. So, it is only certain mystic streams, they bring out the truth. The saints, they bring out the truth. And you see, for example, I can tell here, I am giving some quotes in the Bible, that Bible in John 14:18, you read that I will not leave you as orphans. I will come to you. On that day you will realize that I am in my Father and you are in me and I am in you. This is the statement of Jesus as the time, Jesus comes when our heart is purified. And thus you see that under the compulsions of ignorance, you are seeing the differences. I separate, God separate. It sounds horrible to the uh, traditional followers glued to the practice of organized religions, that uh, God is separate, especially which are called monotheistic religions. There is one God sitting somewhere in some level of heaven, seventh or eighth, they can spend time in debating about it, which level of heaven God lives, and how long is the beard of that God. It is depicted at many places that God is a big male with a long beard. So that God and creates the world, creates all beings, and then we are eternally separate from that God. That God is our governor and so forth. So that is the God that man creates after his own image. Swami Vivekananda it mentioned it at more than one place, that God created man after his own image. It is true. But more than that is, this is true, that man created God in his own image. Therefore, as the person is, so is the God of that person. But when we go to practice true religion, the religion not of fear, but religion of love. Two things are very different. A religion of fear is in all different religions. A big number of people follow the religion of fear. If I do not perform this ritual, whether you are Hindus or Muslims or Christian, doesn't matter, then something bad will happen to me or to my family or to my nearby people. Something bad will happen to the world. And they say also, yesterday I was talking to one lady. She said that she, having heard Vedanta, didn't perform certain rites, and then all the relatives said, that is why you suffered an accident. It is so, the religion of fear, that, oh, if I don't do it, then what will happen? And right from the childhood, those ideas are fed in the minds of children. But religion of love is very different. Religion of love is where God is your very own Nay, you and God are not separate at all. I will read from Rumi. All these, Sufi mystics have explored and experienced these ideas. These are not outcome of any philosophy as such, as it gets, used. That word philosophy gets used in universities and academic circles in general. Rumi was not a philosopher of that time. He based all his writings were the extemporaneous outcome of his experience of God. And some of the verses I am telling here from his poetry Tabriz. So, what can I do, my friends? I do not know. I am neither Christian, nor Jew, nor Muslim, nor Hindu. What can I do? What can I do? My place is placeless. My place is placeless. My trace is traceless. I have no body or soul, cause I belong to my beloved entire whole. It is, I have cast aside duality and embraced oneness. One I seek, this one is written in capital letters to separate it from just the numerical one. I quote again that one I seek, one I know, one I see, one I call. He, again H is capital, no gender bias is meant here. He is the first, He is the last, He is the external, He is the innermost. I know not but Him within, without, drunk with love. I have lost track of the two worlds, nothing I know but drunkenness and revelry. Drunkenness doesn't mean getting drunk with wine, but being drunk of this wisdom, you lose this sense of the so called outer world. Because just as a man coming out of the dream loses the realism of what was being seen in the dream, that person comes out of this dream and sees that all pervading one self everywhere, same self in all different forms. So many ice cubes just looking at each other. That kind of oneness is embraced here. So this is the oneness that is espoused by all the great sages. Look at Sri Ramakrishna's experience, that he would see that same Divine Mother in every form, including his own form. All Divine Mother, one without second, everywhere. It would appear as a cat, but not that the cat has any reality apart from himself. It is, that is the richness of that experience. It is Sri Ramakrishna, when Narendranath saw this whole truth by having that experience of Mother Kali and then the understanding of non-duality, Sri Ramakrishna felt so much oneness with Narendra. He said, sit with me, we are one. And he was having that hookah in his hand. And then he said, "You puff, you take one puff, I take another. We are one." It is now Narendranath was feeling, according to because of the etiquettes, that he is a guru, he is elderly person. How can I, what I smoke? How can I give him to smoke from? So he was very shy. Sri Ramakrishna said, "Why are you so shy? We are one. There is no difference at all." The experience of oneness when he saw Narendra realizing this truth was so immense in his life. So it is also depicted in many other events that how that oneness became his experience, that he preached that God is the one reality in all. So this is a way that mystics explain things. If you see the Jewish Kabbalah mystics, I don't quote everything. There are so many wonderful poems by Ibn Arabi and Hafiz, where you see that one self, we stupids, ignorant, we look at the shapes, look at the body, the color of the skin, the height, the weight, the country that one comes from, and thus differentiate. But actually, the reality is one without second. Same self in all. And that is how the Mandukya Upanishad and Mundak Upanishad declare. Mundak Upanishad, for example, says that everywhere this Brahman alone is everything. Brahmameva idam. Idam means this world that I see is Brahman alone. That is Brahman. Then this Brahman is also in front of me, Purastat. In the behind also, Brahma eva paschat. Brahma dakshinashchottarena. In north and south are the same. One Brahman. Now, would you not say when you see that the ice cube that you were identifying as I and other ice cubes as different, when you see that, oh, it is all one, will you not say, this ice here, the ice in front of me, the ice behind me, ice in the north, ice in the south, ice up, ice down. It is the same one reality that is being experienced by them. And that is the immortality. It says that it is amritam, because this experience makes us immortal. Identification with body makes us mortal. However long one may live, it is going to die. What is it, time after all? Every being has a kind of time scale. Like I was walking and saw a lady with taking the dog, and then just we got into talking, and she said, "This dog, how old is this dog?" She said, in human years, if you count, this dog is 80 years old, almost, in his last days. So 80-year-old, very old dog, she said. So now the dog lives in safe about 15, 20 years. All a human being lives, say 100 years. A little amoeba is born, grows, has progeny, and I don't know if there is marriage and birthday celebrations for amoebas, but it is that amoeba, all that happens within maybe a second or so. So that 1 second is their kind of 100 years for human beings. So this is how the time, how long one lived matters very little. If we are connected or identified with body, the body is just a stream, continuously changing, coming and going. We are subject to certain death. There is no escape from that. And the converse of it, if we are not identified with body, there is no death for us. The ice cube will melt. If the temperature, in the winter it was ice, now in the springtime it will melt. So there is, but when you know that I am not the shape, I am that water alone in whatever form it exists, then it doesn't have a death. So similarly, when we see this, the person actually becomes immortal and becomes bliss itself. That it is. And Mandukya Upanishad says that Sarvam hi etad Brahma. All this is Brahman. And Ayam Atma Brahma. This is considered one of the 4 great sentences, Mahavakyas in Vedanta. Ayam Atma Brahma. This, what I am mistakenly thinking as I, separate from that. No, this Atma and Brahma is one and the same. Same I. Everywhere. So, there are so many ways, that you can see it in different lives of the sages. Today, the special emphasis I am giving is on a great lesson given by a saint who was in Maharashtra, in India, very famous saint, Dnyaneshwar or Jnanadev. A wonderful incident in his life that he got very quick fame after lot of turmoil and torture in the childhood. The story of these 4 siblings is very interesting, although I am not going to dwell on it here. But one important episode, there was a great yogi living those days. His name was Changdev. The legend goes that he was 1400 years old. Because of his yogic powers, he had all the capabilities, and so he still did not have this sense of total fulfillment. Something was still lacking even after living 1400 years old, because it is just life that goes on. What is new there? Nothing new that we learn. It is same life. like that groundhog day. And you get up and do the same thing day after day, month after month, year after year. What is the point in just continuing the life like that? So Sri Ramakrishna always said, life is learning. I learn as long as I live. The converse of that is, if I stop learning, I am not living anymore. Then it is just the breathing like a machine, has this lungs keep on breathing. It is some kind of a pneumatic pump, that it is, pump is going on, this that heart and lungs, they are going on, the brain is also supporting it. It is not life unless you learn. It is not living at all. So this Changadev came to this understanding that I acquired many, many great powers, uh, and still, and I am living for 1400 years, but still not reached the ultimate fulfillment. One cannot reach. That is the point. That 1400 years or 14,000 years also, unless the ignorance goes away, that I am this particular ice cube and others are all different. Even if you keep all those ice cubes in a deep freezer, and the ice cube, I am separate from the others, will not realize the truth. So, therefore, one has to learn this truth. So, Changdev was finding that this is not sufficient. Whom should I go to learn? He heard about Dnyaneshwar, who he had heard that he had this great so-called miracle. It is not a miracle, but the power of seeing the same self everywhere. It is said that the big scholars challenged him. You say the self is same in all? Eh? See, I have got this buffalo. You are reciting Vedas. Can you then make this buffalo also recite Vedas? And Gyaneshwar said, why not? If the same self is same, working through this body, I can put that same mind into that and make that recite. And that buffalo started reciting Vedas. And all those who were making fun of Dnyaneshwar and the other siblings of his, they were tremendously wonderstruck. They had earlier tried to say, you say the same, we are same self. See, I am beating this buffalo with the big stick. And see what happens to you. And then the same marks appeared on Gyaneshwara's back also. So how could it happen? One person was, saying that this is all, magic, miracle, how can this happen? These are all cock and bull stories. I said, no, these are not cock and bull stories. It is the matter of how you see the association of self. That it is, suppose somebody, I took the process a little gradually to make that person understand. Suppose somebody gives a slap across your face I assure nobody is giving, but imagine that then the tear will come from the eye. Can somebody say, no, no, why should it come from the eye? The eye was not hit at all. Only the cheek was hit upon. Why the reaction came to your eye? Because you are the eye and the cheek is one. Then I took the next step. Do you not see if a child is hurt, mother's eyes get teary. Mother starts crying, oh, my child is it? I don't know in what condition my child is. Starts crying. Now she is not hit. Why should there be tear in her eyes? Because there is the identification with the child. So if somebody has identification like that, that same self is in all, what is the miracle about it? What is just a cock and bull story about it? Just because you never have that kind of experience doesn't mean that it is false. So, to make long story short, Changdev, when he heard about this, he said, I must go to that saintly person. But first I should write a letter. I must write a letter to seek an appointment. And then, therefore, he sat to write, pen down a letter. But what should be the initial address? Although here in United States or in English language generally, dear or my dear, whether the person is elder or younger, you don't care. Sometimes you may say respected or revered, that's all. But in our language, that addressing changes. So if a person is younger to you, you address in an affectionate way, saying, be you long living. May your life be very long. Chiranjeeva, live forever. So, and if somebody is elder to you, you don't write like that. You address differently. That Tirtharoop, Tirtharoop, what it means is that you are like this a pious, holy person for me. So these are different ways. So Changdev was confused how to start the letter. That if he is very young, Dnyaneshwar was just barely about 16 years old. So, and he is so young, I am 1400 years old. How can I address him as if he is a great person? He is a child after all. But look at his knowledge, look at his capabilities. In that sense, he is great. So how should I address? And got confused, could not even begin writing the letter. And so the legend goes that this letter was sent blank, without any writing on it. The letter was sent to Dnyaneshwar. So, and then Dnyaneshwar replied to that letter, saying that, how can you reply a blank letter? Nothing was written. But Dnyaneshwar could read it. Is it a miracle? No. One could read the mind, Oh, why this is left blank? It is said that he exclaimed that his mind is as clean as this paper is, In our high school days, a joke used to be very prevalent that one person wrote all wrong answers in the exam. Their answers were all wrong. So, got a zero. Then another student was finding the whole question very difficult. The question paper was very difficult, didn't write anything. And then, but he got 10 marks. And then they complained why he got 10 marks. There are 10 marks reserved for cleanliness, neatness, and cleanliness. And since he didn't write anything, it was all clean. So the other fellow wrote all gibberish, and so even couldn't get that 10 marks for cleanliness. So Dnyaneshwar said, oh, this actually tells us that his mind is as clean as this paper is. So he started replying to that letter, and this letter was written in 65 verses, known as Sangdev Pasashti. Pasashti means 65. 65 verses written in Marathi, and a tremendous philosophy born out of the experience of Dnyaneshwar comes there. That how to, this oneness, sameness cannot be coined in words, and yet sages, they tell us an impossible is attempted there in a way that, well, you can understand by this analogy. In Shvetashvatara Upanishad, one of the verses says that about the self, na tasya pratima asti, there is no analogy to it. Nothing can be comparable to it. And so we cannot explain what is Brahman through comparison. Because comparison is one way of explaining that it is, oh, that house is, you just like this house. So you will recognize it. The looks, the shape is same. Only it is painted green. So now you understand how to find that house. So, but for Brahman, there is no such imagery possible. So, and yet they use language to bring this wisdom to us. Dnyaneshwar was and is well known for these tremendously beautiful and significant imageries. So I will just quote a few verses from that, only translation for the sake of time, because irrespective of my not wanting, the clock is running at its own pace, you see. So he says, it is the 48th of these 65 verses. Like one who awakes in order to meet sleep. Heard that sleep is a very nice thing. Let me meet sleep. And so wakes up to meet the sleep. Now, how can a person meet the sleep? If you wake up, then you are not sleeping. So you cannot wake up to encounter sleep, that person, and misses encountering it. Here am I, in order to encounter you who are completely pure and free like nothingness. So it is a meeting of a very different type, that you cannot really meet as two, but as one. So, by trying to tell what it is through words, it is like this attempt. In Vedanta, another example is given that somebody asked a fellow, "Hey, are you asleep?" Can that question be replied as yes? No, it is so similarly they are asking that these words, are they really expressing knowledge of Brahman? No, it cannot be like that. So then the next for 50th verse. Thus, when I embrace you in purity, I and thou will swallow each other. Truly, our meeting shall take place when I and thou are both devoured. Otherwise, we cannot really meet each other. This is sometimes we feel identifying with the body that, oh, I love this person. Let me meet that person. You go and try to be physically close to that person. Actually, the closer you go physically, farther you go apart spiritually. It is because you identify with the physicality and thus miss becoming close. You cannot meet each other. It is impossible because of the identification with body. He therefore advises him, therefore, swallow altogether these limitations of I and you, and we shall meet. That is the only way that one can meet. That two ice cubes will meet only when they see that they are not separate. I and you are gone. When there is I and you cannot meet. There is that Sufi poem that Swami Vivekananda used to quote about love, that the lover went to see the beloved in the room, in the house that beloved was staying, and then knocked. Who is this? I am here to meet you. The door did not open. The person knocked again. Who are you? Oh, don't you know me? I am this. The door did not open. Third time the fellow knocked. And then the lover said, "It is you. It is you that is standing here. You." And the door opened. That it is the oneness. And that can be experienced only as we shed our so-called individualities. So, this is the great practice in all such spiritual religions, to shed the practice of being separate. It is, he further says, and then we shall meet the pure harmony and joy of such a meeting, we shall surely relish always. The bliss is always there. And then he says, thus Jnanadev and Changadev. He gives another name here. Changdev's another name was Chakrapani, which is another actually name of Lord Vishnu, Chakrapani. So means look at your true nature, divinity. That is why he uses this word. Thus, Jnanadev and Chakrapani have met and merged like two mirrors reflecting each other. Two mirrors. This is a great imagery. Two mirrors. Now, when I stand in front of mirror, I look my face in the mirror. Now imagine two mirrors are like that, and these mirrors have got eyes. Hmm. Who is seeing whom? Who is seeing whom? Think about it. There is nobody is seeing somebody else. There is no seeing at all. It is the same one. Existence is being experienced in and out. So this is how the process of meeting each other, meeting the beloved, very close quarters, and it goes like that, that you see that it is one. It is many only in appearance. Actually, the appearances means this assumed identification when it is discarded. Uh, Otherwise, I am so and so, I am a male or a female, this is my age, and this is my qualifications, and this is the job I do. And then you are like that. You are like, look how good I am, how bad you are. That is how can you meet? If you try to meet saying, yeah, no, 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 you are so good. You are so good. I want to be worthy of you. Still, the idea is separateness. It is, even if one appreciates, there is not really the meeting possible, because inherently you hold on to the false identification. Please let us try to feel this. Let us feel this truth. Imagine when we are looking anywhere, it is one mirror looking at another mirror. This is the way we will be seeing the truth. Sounds, not very real for those who are rooted in the identification with body. But see this truth. That just try to see the other person. Uh, Seeing that you are a mirror, other person is also same mirror. Both have the eyes. And then what will you see? So that is how the truth comes in our life. Then you will not have any hatred of anybody. Impossible, friends. That is how the oneness changes the life. The understanding of being one changes the life. It becomes then the life of true love, seeing I in so many forms. So this is how Sri Ramakrishna was told. You that famous incident. I won't tell the whole thing because you know that incident. I assume that when he went to Divine Mother, prompted by the disciples, that you should ask that Holy Mother, that Divine Mother there in the temple, you ask that cure me of all this cancer, that is, it is almost towards the end of his life. And then he goes to pray Divine Mother. And then when he came back from the temple, his face was kind of sulky, not sulky, but very depressed. And Narendra, future Vivekananda, was waiting for what happened. What did you ask, Mother? I asked, Mother, look, showing all that scars on the throat, Mother. Because of this, I cannot eat anything. Narendra thought now the Divine Mother will cure his disease. Then what did the mother say? Mother scolded me bitterly. Huh? Scolded you? Why? She said, are you not eating by all these million mouths? What do you mean that you cannot eat? Is it that only one mouth? The same self in all. This is a matter of experience, friends. And thus you can see that truth, that the same I actually in all, like the Upanishads declare, through all heads, that one being is thinking. Through all nostrils, the same one being is breathing. Through all feet, that one being is walking. Through all hands, that one being is working. So, this is the essence, friends, and let us hope, let us work at getting this understanding converted into experience. That is the meaning, friends, of sadhana or spiritual practice. Thank you very much. Let us ponder on this for a few seconds, and then in case if you have any questions, please feel free to voice them, or if it is on the web, type them. Any question? Oh, good. Even Abhishek has no question today. Wonderful. So today I must have given good lecture. Very explanatory. So even Abhishek has no question. Any question up there? No question. See, even on the web there is no question today. Wonderful. So I will tell about the programs coming week and have the concluding prayer. Then we shall have the arati and then soup supper. There is, as you know, the retreat from Anubhavananda is coming up. So if you want to join the retreat, please register as soon as possible, because it is just on next Monday, not tomorrow, but Monday after that. Next Sunday, that is May 26, Swami Anubhavanandaji will be speaking on Happy Vedanta. And next day will be his retreat. Before that, the Tuesday and Friday classes will go on. As usual, Tuesday on the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, Friday, Srimad Bhagavatam, but it will be a old video that will be telecast. So you can, because most of you have forgotten, even if you had seen those that video number 5 or 6. So therefore you will be reading or seeing it for the first time as far as you are concerned. And it is good to see that, so that the next actually progressive classes that will come, you will enjoy them more. Let us have the closing prayer. May the Divine, who is Father in heaven of the Christians, Holy One of the Jewish faith, Allah of the Muslims, Buddha of the Buddhists, Tao of the Taoists, Great Spirit of the Native Americans, Ahura of the Zoroastrians, and Brahman of the Hindus, lead us from the unreal to the real, from darkness to light, from death to immortality. May the all-loving being manifest himself unto us and grant us abiding understanding and all-consuming divine love. Peace, peace, peace be unto all. The arati will be in this room, the shrine room, and from here also you can attend. If you want to go inside though, you have to remove your footwear. Please remove your footwear right under your chair so that it will not make clutter of footwear there.
Breaker of all our worldly bondage and adored by all, we adore you too. Stainless Lord of human form, stainless Lord assuming human form, transcendent it will free us from the stain of sin and ornament our world. Consciousness is upon your eyes, always purified by knowledge. Your eyes always purified by knowledge. Looking at them, illusion is gone. Ocean of shining love and feeling created in your infinite love. Your feet always dear to your devotees. Your feet always dear to your devotees. On my boat to cross this world, revealed to us as God incarnate and the Lord of all things, helping us join with you. Your mind's always set in the divine light. Your mind's always set in the divine light. This we can see through your grace. Destroyer of worldly sorrow and compassion so infinite is your word. Your light's offered for the world's deliverance. Your light's offered for the world's deliverance, saving us from darkness and fear. Renouncer of all lust and lucre, therefore you were always spurning sensual life. Lord of monks, you are the best of men. Lord of monks, you are the best of men. Grant to us pure love for you. You're fearless and you're free from doubting, with your mind very firmly resolved. Causeless refuge of your devotees, causeless refuge of your devotees, renouncing caste and birth. Our treasure is your holy feet, which take us very soon across this puddle of life. You give love and even-sightedness. You give love and even-sightedness to remove our anguish here. Our treasure is your holy feet, which take us very soon across this puddle of life. You give love and even-sightedness. You give love and even-sightedness to remove our anguish here. Greetings to you, O Lord, beyond both speech and mind. Greetings to you, O Lord, beyond both speech and mind. Yet you are the basis of both. O Lord, yet you are the basis of both. Great light of all lights, blazing in the heart's gate. Great light of all lights, blazing in the heart's gate. Darkness is destroyed by your light. O Lord, darkness is destroyed by your light. Greetings to you, O Lord, beyond both speech and mind. Greetings to you, O Lord, beyond both speech and mind. Yet you are the basis of both. O Lord, yet you are the basis of both. Great light of all lights, blazing in the heart's gate. Great light of all lights, blazing in the heart's gate. Darkness is destroyed by your light. O Lord, darkness is destroyed by your light. Langa Ranga Bhanga, these are all the sounds of Mridanga. Langa Ranga Bhanga, these are all the sounds of Mridanga. Spiritual songs devotees are singing for your worship divine. Spiritual songs devotees are singing for your worship divine. Jaya Jaya for your worship divine. Hara Hara for your worship divine. Shiva Shiva for your worship divine. Breaker of all worldly bondage and adored by all, we adore you too. Jai Shri Guru Maharaj Ji Ki Jai. auspicious and blessed, graciousness sublime, all noble ends you give to us, granting us refuge, all-seeing God. O Mother Divine, our love to you. Creation, preservation, dissolution are your powers, eternal one, nature's real basis, nature's essence. O Mother Divine, our love to you. We come seeking refuge from anguish. Be our Savior through your deep concern. All our suffering remove, Goddess. O Mother Divine, our love to you. Victory, O Mother Divine, our love to you. Blessed Mother Divine, our love to you. Blessed Mother Divine, our love to you. Blessed Mother Divine, our love to you. Jai Shri Ram Krishna Dev Ki Jai, Jai Shri Sarda Devi Ki Jai, Jai Shri Swami Vivekananda Ki Jai, Jai Shri Buddhadev Ki Jai, Jai Shri Jesus Christ Ki Jai.